treat the actual quote as it means nothing. It's a separate part. And that is part of your question. So the first thing to remember that this is part of the question. Maybe students just ignore that and look at is Lisa who is in control in their window discussed. Another really pedantic thing, it's always a good idea to underline the topic, because sometimes if you're talking about rear window ethics, it's in quotation, so you're going to get this confusion over which is a quotation, just stylistic purposes. It is Lisa who is in control. Who is in control? Discuss. So discuss means to examine a range of possibilities and interpretations. Okay? A range. The first idea suggested here is Lisa who's in control. So my first paragraph naturally might look at the idea of Lisa being in control, even before I think of anything else. I get that out of the way first, yes? Oh, lads, you're here. I can't do. Oh, really? Thinking at the same time.
I just write straight on the thing.
No, I might play right.
No, I'll just do it.
Firstly, who says it?
Oh shit, do you make it? My handwriting's awesome. I just want to say. What does that say? I'm going to make this a week you'll never forget. This Lisa is in control. Okay, this topic. Okay, cool.
First of all, who says it when and where?
Lisa says it to Jeff when she comes over for dinner the first time.
Excellent. The first dinner.
The first dinner. And what do we know about the first dinner? What does Jeff spend his time doing? Watching out the window. Alright? First of all, now this gives you your hint. Lisa comes in. What is she doing? She comes in. She has bought the dinner. Bought the dinner to his house. She has paid for it, organised it, and she leaves the tip. 1950s America, whose role usually is this? Can't hear? Oh, okay. All right. So, she purchases the dinner, because he can't go to it. She pays the tip. Well, she leaves the tip, doesn't she? I would say that.
Yeah.
That is, she is in control of the situation. Furthermore, to add to this point, I can never skip this, you always do it. To further, I suppose, demasculate, or emasculate, sorry, it's not demasculate, emasculate Jeffries, he's unable to physically, impotence.
He's unable to open the bottle.
Open the bottle, open the relationship, start the conversation, pay for the dinner, he's unable to do it.
Is that like a phallic thing?
I would say so, popping the cork.
Penis thing. Phallic. Don't look vaguely, I told you about phallic, Paul. Didn't we spend a whole bunch of time?
Yes. Can you quickly summarize?
Somebody please explain what phallic is.
Yeah. Object.
Nikita, go. What's phallic?
What is a phallus?
Big voice.
To get aroused by this.
But a phallus is when we see a tall building, what do we think of? Erect. And when we think of erect, what part of the male anatomy are we thinking of?
It starts with
the penis.
Yes, the penis, thank you.
So we're talking about, she's basically saying, it represents his inability to deal with that bottle, is his inability to deal with his own manhood.
And the other fact is
You know what I'm saying? You can't even do that.
He's encased in a hip plaster, so you've got this other entrapment. Entrapped body and soul internally and externally. So he's unable to call, and if you go to the dictionary, phallus is a penis. What it means, a phallus is a penis.
How do we flip the camera?
Huh?
Obviously there's no camera on, I don't think.
Sorry?
Are you recording
Oh,
sound?
no, we have an endless discussion about that.
Hello.
I'm not sure
I can't.
It's a little bag.
Yeah, I don't know. She's crazy. I can't keep up with her. Let's just ignore it. Because she's... I'll do it. I'll handwrite it. Alright, cool. You stressed out?
I just can't do this. I can't keep up.
It's cool, I'll do it. Yeah, it's cool.
So she brings the lobster dinner to him. In this particular moment, we can explore this further. So our first, I suppose, initial paragraph may look at the idea of being in control. Now, I haven't done the other, we haven't looked at the other paragraphs, but to get it out of the way, it is Lisa who is control. Let's get that out of the way with first. Let's look at the quote, get the information, put the quote into this idea, and get that, tick that off the box. It's done, it's looked at. What other examples, I suppose, can we see throughout the film where Lisa may be in control or take that control to lead? What is it that Lisa can do that Jeff cannot? Move. Well, Jeff can move, like he can do this, right? He can wheel into a bedroom. He can't take care of himself. Even though, what can he do? He cannot leave the apartment. So therefore, he's kind of, I like this word, I think I did this class the other day, his confinement, which is an archaic term for a woman's pregnancy. She's confined. Yeah, they used to call it, pregnancy was you were confined, you were basically locked in a bedroom. So he cannot leave the apartment. He is confined to his surroundings. He's also chained, like the ball and chain, to his wheelchair. He can get in and out of the wheelchair, but I think he chooses not to. So he is confined. 1950s America, if you relate this to 1950s America, who traditionally is confined to four walls, apart from shopping and obviously running the errands and dropping the kids off at school and things like that? The wife. That is your wifely duties, is to cook, to clean, to serve.
I just said you're crazy on this thing too. So if ever you listen back.
I am absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not right.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
I've put it there. I'm crazy too. I feel like I hide it better.
Yeah, I'm out there. I'm like, hey guys, embrace the craziness. So he's confined to his surroundings.
She's just like taking it.
So basically, he is Jeff.
Oh, yeah, how are you feeling there? You got the young one here.
No, you know, he doesn't turn into a wife, but he's taking the wifely duties, isn't he? So he is the one confined. The wife has no control. She must serve, she must obey, even if she doesn't really agree, isn't it? You sound like you're mad.
No, I dumped the press it.
Yeah. What other examples? You can discuss. Okay, camera angles, great. But how do we then link camera angles to this idea of confinement and lack of control? Elevation. So let's get into cinematic features. Now, would this be a separate paragraph? What do you think, Lance?
I don't know, man. I'm lost.
Alright.
I reckon you can divvy it up into cinematic, thematic, and what's the other one?
I've got here
Gender roles.
gender
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah.
So I'd probably look at gender roles. She's in control and put that here. So let's say gender roles.
Yeah. All right. Cue.
Gender roles is one, and you take it straight from here. Second one, cinematic features. Yeah.
Yes.
What would your third one be?
What was it? Cinematic. What was the first one?
I would say gender roles.
Gender roles. So 2 is cinematic.
Two
1,
is cinematic, and 3 do. Is Lisa is in control? Is she really in control
which is this bit here.
by the end? She does wear pants, but
She acquiesces.
But she does acquiesce. But what does she do? She's reading,
I've changed it to the magazine.
and then she does what? When he's not looking, she changes the magazine to her magazine.
Maybe she's not in control of the whole movie. It's like, you know when
Yeah.
Literally Carly, she doesn't love it. She says, like, I'm not coming back
And she does.
till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow. But she still leaves. She still can leave.
And then she comes back.
She does come back, but it's her choice. Yeah. I don't know. I would have to agree it's an illusion of control. And I think at one moment you think she's in control, and the other one she's quite subservient. And I think it's quite complex, and I think the imbalance, there is a power imbalance. I think there's a clear power imbalance throughout. And I think that is represented at the end. You think, well, she's wearing the pants, isn't she? She's literally and metaphorically, he's got 2 broken legs, and he's even doubly combined. He probably can't even move himself now. However, she's still looking for his approval. And I think that's the key. What do you think?
I was doing my own thing. I was saying that I feel like Lisa, so the thing that, for me, I would focus on, because it says discuss, so that means flesh it out. So we've been fleshing out all the ideas relating to it. I think cinematically you could argue that Hitchcock is trying to unsettle us, right, in 2 ways. One, through, you could argue, I mean, you know, I'm probably going to confuse things, but Hitchcock is trying to unsettle us, isn't he? So he's saying, hang on, why is the woman in charge? The woman's always so in cinematically, you could argue that. Yeah? Then gender roles. Yeah? Lisa's the one with the cash. Lisa's the one in control, and that disconcerts Jeff because he's like, she's not a typical woman. And then the last one, you could actually argue, but in actual fact, the 1950s triumphs, McCarthyism, production laws, yada, 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 she acquiesces to Jeff. She falls into line and follows what he wants to do. She has to wait till he's asleep to read her fashion magazine in the denouement. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, that's it. That's my 3
That's pretty
arguments.
much what we just did.
Thank you.
Okay. So cinematic, I think the thing with cinematic is you've got to think. You cannot just say, Lisa's in control because she's standing up. Standing up.
Why can't I do this?
Why?
I'm sorry.
What is it about standing up that... Because the mere fact that he cannot stand up. She is upright.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Correct.
Huh?
She is standing to attention. He can't symbolically and physically stand up to attention, can he? Yes. Balance. There's your balance. He's impotent. Sorry, I keep bringing it back to that. Falls into line.
As
So the third argument, first is pretty much...
I feel like this is like the Sesame Street of AIM because like my handwriting is terrible on this thing. Yours is good.
Cinematic. And lastly, eventually she acquiesces. So look at the 1950s America.
Is it acquiesce? No one knew what acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
What does acquiesce mean? Submits, bows down
Submit
to.
your point of view. So now I'm acquiescing. And now I'm debasing. I'm lowering.
But she doesn't debase, she acquiesces. She bows down
I
to.
have
Hitchcock is trying.
power.
You do.
There.
Hitchcock is trying to unsettle audiences, evidenced by Jeff's.
Okay, so you can actually look at gender roles here. You can start off with the gender roles, and so that should be Lisa has the money. And you notice when she comes in, Lisa, Carol, Fremont, sorry, she lights it up. She's the attraction. Oh yeah. Features. So what other cinematic features? We've got there erect, standing. She's above. What else have we got? She's in the light.
I reckon it's heaps. I reckon we do the next one. I reckon he smashed it.
This is really easy. She acquiesces, just quickly, she acquiesces by the end. How does she submit to how does she submit to or how does she conform to 1950 stereotypes?
She said when she starts to believe Jeff,
Can't hear.
and when Lisa starts to believe Jeff,
She becomes
Wait,
his girl.
what's it?
Don't they call him his Girl Friday?
Girl Friday. Oh, that's such a fine word.
Sidekick.
A Girl Friday is the Robin to the Batman.
And he's ordering her around. Doesn't he order her around? And he orders Stella around too,
And
doesn't
the
he?
fact that he actually doesn't take pride in her till she's physically doing
Katie, jump
something.
in, man. What did you want?
Yeah, okay.
No, Katie, I'm saying, like, she's just sitting there nodding. I'm like, kid, you know, you're a teacher.
Next. Anyone else?
You're smarter than me.
Friday? Girl Friday?
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, and what about shut up, shut up? The way he speaks to her is actually quite appalling.
I was going to say, with the cinematic feature, in most of their shots, Lisa's in the foreground and Jeff is just like the main focus of the, like, what do you call it?
She's in the light. Yeah? I open it's under cinematic.
We've also seen
silences her, and he belittles her. He silences and belittles her achievements, and he reduces her pretty much. This is an interesting one. She's not acquiescing. He reduces her to kind of a socialite, a superficial, vacuous socialite, pretty much, of lobster dinners, Park Avenue, and emptiness. So he kind of reduces her. Yep, Nikita. And then the final scene, when although she is wearing the pants, like, yeah, good on you, Lisa, she's also checking for his approval. So the final scene, Lisa is checking
Using that tech.
for his approval. She is switching the magazines, switching the travel journey, Himalayas, whatever it is, Nepal, I think it is, puts that down, picks up her magazine, and she makes sure she's asleep. And I think throughout she really, really wants Jeff's approval. She does also try to change him, and he finds that. Remember with the little silver box, is it cigarette box?
Yeah, cigarette holder,
No,
yeah.
it's too ornate. Yours is too
Hides
fancy.
and
He has something streamlined and cool, better. And he doesn't acquiesce. But I think that's a really straightforward one. How do I know that?
The fact that she, throughout the whole film, she's trying to change him, but then in the end she gives up on him. She changes herself.
She changes herself. Nice point. So throughout, she's forever trying to change. And even the suit, she's trying to get rid of the flannel suits. Guys, the flannel suits are not like flannel sheets. Flannel suit was the epitome for blokes back then. That was meant you've made it, you wear it, it's a flannel suit, okay? So I would say flannel suit. And what was the other thing she says? The cigarette box. And in the end, she acquiesces. She changes for him. There is no compromise. He won't compromise. She is the one compromising. What do you think, lads?
I love it.
I don't have an eraser.
There might be one next door. I'm going to have a look. You proceed. You hold the call really well.
I'm just feeding off their energy. I'm like a vampire. So you'll leave like this. Are you on board? But that one's pretty easy. I was going to, where's my cup? I was going to set that tomorrow.
Oh, did you tell them the news about recently?
Okay, could you all pencil in 20th of March? Pencil in 20th of March for the SAC. However, week 6, there is no more teaching of Like a House on Fire. So the SAC is now on the 20th Wednesday. It's penciled in because if there is an event that we don't know about that hasn't been scheduled in, it's subject to change. Okay, pencil in. It was the 7th. It's on a Wednesday. The 7th. No, the 20th. Now the difference with this is, say for my class, like the day before, all teachers will stop teaching Rear Window at the end of week 6. Okay? And we go on to Like a House on Fire and preparing for our orals. Because otherwise it's unfair for those who have it later. I don't think it means that you can't hand in essays, that's cool. But I would probably have a blackout a few days before, at least for me 72 hours before the exam, I'll have a blackout. There's no way I'm going nuts. Yeah, happy with that? That'll give you a bit of time to breathe during your retreat, your next retreat. You okay? I just told them that we're all going to stop teaching at the end of week 6. This is probably one of the easiest.
Now, what was I doing? New aim window. Oh, there we are. Okay.
How is this portrayed? Don't forget setting. Remember, this is a how question. How? This portrayed sit, Lance Grader. You got it?
No. So what is it? Oh yeah. Hitch. Cock.
Condemned society's
Condemned.
disconnectedness. So what do you reckon? Well, typies. What do you
No,
think the
it's not
key
my
terms
lappy,
are?
so I can't do it.
Society's
Gracias.
and the how is it?
Very good. That's why you kids are smart.
What does condemn mean? How is society disconnect? And the how. Think about the how as a construct. How is it constructed? So this is not the other way of saying it. What was the other how we said last week? Same thing, different place. All right.
Yeah, you right, I'll describe what you say. Unless are you good at this, Miss Callanan? Aren't you? You're like tech savvy. Do you want to? Are you? Because is it really bad watching me do it? It is, isn't it? Is it really bad watching me do it? Yeah, you do it, Miss Callanan. No, I don't want to look at me. I've got no arms. Yeah, man.
How are you bad at
this? Yeah.
Okay, because there's things he's saying not good. Yeah.
No.
Disapprove?
I'm standing.
Oh, Jesus.
To condemn is to criticise?
Oh, you've already stuffed it.
Oh, wow.
Well.
What's
Earlier today during lunch.
It's not good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're thirsty now, aren't you?
Hide your craziness.
What else did you say?
Guys, do you think she hides her craziness?
No, because I was having a chat with her at lunch and I'm like, how's it going, Miss Cullen? She's really nice. I'm like, she said, yeah, it's really nice having a young teacher. I'm like, dude, I'm right here. I said, what's the difference between young and old? It's because she's hot, right? And they're like, no, it's because she knows how to use the word thirsty for hungry.
You used the word thirsty.
You were like, you were
with it.
down with it. You were down with it. Whereas I would have mocked immediately.
What's the other word that's not discipline?
Oh, who knows?
Disconnectedness, what does that mean?
The other one.
And don't say not connected, that's not a synonym. What's disconnected? Unattached? I would have asked that. Is that you? What you want to ask? Alexa?
Ryan, what's your name? Yeah. Caleb.
Caleb?
No, I heard Ryan's.
Anyone else? Anyone? Viola?
This looks like a 2-year-old's written it.
Separate.
Oh my god, hang on, look at this. Get ready.
Separate? Yeah, I'll take separate. Detach. I said, is that you, A squared?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. You get that in the soils, mate. To one another. Now the how. How does he do it? What does he do? What's,
3 different ways he does this. 3 different ways. The usual. So what cinematic techniques does he use? What thematic techniques? What,
Cinematic text techniques. Thematic.
What's the third? What do you use?
If they're in their own little space, they're not with each other.
Yes, is that cinematic? So it's setting?
Yeah.
And you could do, or no, setting could be time and place too. So it could be the whole 1950s and the carpet.
So you go the physicality of the set versus the era.
Era.
Yeah? Yeah.
At the start of that panel, Mr. Paul was like,
Yeah. Yeah. They have that argument in the middle. Yeah. Oh, so even in social interactions. Yeah.
She's like trying to be friends, and he's just like.
She's a busybody.
So
I
you
tell her to show it
realise
in my mind. Don't
cinematic is camera angles for the shots. That's close up
Use
to
that.
panorama. It's also sound, which is diegetic and non-diegetic.
What's diegetic again?
Diegetic is within.
And non-diegetic is soundtrack.
It's soundtrack.
Even like movies like this where everyone's live,
I'll just open up anyone and just push paste. Okay. You will just pop up again and just keep going.
And when it is interacting, it's negative. Yeah. Yeah, so you can do, so your shots are your panorama.
What do we call that shot?
Establishing
Shots.
Panning shot.
Panning.
Establishing.
And also the symbolic nature, or the symbolic representation, such as the statue, hunger.
Just a biscuit this afternoon.
Who's hiccuping?
It's hiccuping. It's distracting. Maybe just like. Oh, poor kid. Poor kid. Maybe somebody should scare it. Do you want me to scare you?
You already told her.
I didn't.
Let's go for the how. So the elements. How is society disconnected? What are the shots that represent or highlight or suggest this disconnected, that neighbours don't get along with neighbours?
Well, there's the physicality.
The physical?
The set that was raised a little earlier by Miss Falzon.
Take it away. Physicality of set.
Deliberate physicality of the set.
The structure.
Yeah, construct. So the fact that they're boxed in and don't interact.
Next. You could actually argue that the sound connects them all, because the same
That's excellent.
sound
I love
goes
that.
through all of them. So you could have an
That would be
argument
really bad.
that says that in a way,
This is the song that saves Miss Lonely Hearts, but
Yeah.
throughout the film.
the sound, like so if someone is yelling outside, please you two, someone is yelling outside, the rest of the neighbours can hear it because the sound infiltrates through the open windows, so that actually connects the I think the residents or the inhabitants or the apartment, whatever you
Isn't that
call it,
interesting?
rather than disconnect. So I think sound acts as a connecting factor.
Could I just ask? This is possibly a stretch, but you know. Right, so what about, so you could have a little mini art discussion about how, does Hitchcock imply that art connects people? You know, because he would think of himself as an auteur. And so then you've got, for example, the moment when the woman is working on hunger and the delivery guy walks past and says, what's that called? And so that's one social interaction. So you could argue that, or you could argue that again, because they don't even interact. Like, you know when the dog's dead and they all come out?
They have
They
something in
don't
common.
interact.
They have something in
So
common.
art connects people, yeah, and draws them in. It connects them both orally, AU, through sound, yeah, through orally it connects the
That's how
apartments.
you, yeah. The
Yeah,
oral.
do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then it connects them relationally. When Lisa connects with Miss Lonely Hearts, when Miss Lonely Hearts connects with the composer, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. They all get together. So you
That's
could-
gold. Write it down, Miss Callanan.
You can actually have sound and
It's gold.
art.
It's gold.
New
I'll
page.
slide up, man.
Put that on there. Oh,
What does it say?
Oh.
Is it painful to watch?
Diegetic sound.
oh,
No, under art. Wouldn't it be easier to type
Done.
it?
Oh,
Oh, good one.
Type art?
do you not?
I have no idea.
Alright, we're
It's up to you,
right.
whatever you want to do. You type now.
Right,
It's
let's
better.
I don't care. I don't even care.
I just like watching them suffer while I was doing it.
So that could be another little part that you could put in about the sound, that rather than condemning, at times he's actually saying that through sound and art, the residents are connecting towards, they're actually connecting, it's infiltrating. They're all experiencing the similar sounds, the similar ideas, and that actually draws people together rather than apart, like
It's an
magnets.
interesting little concept.
Just
And you know, end of your exam, I think an assessor would be excited reading that.
It could be just an aside, like after it, like it could be, however. Like
Because it says discuss.
you could add the sound and art with that, however.
Or art overarching, yeah. Art, so Lisa, the art and the music, you know.
The music. And Lisa hears the
Popular
music,
music.
and she stops and she listens and she looks
Orally
and
and what?
hi.
emotionally.
The sound of
Like how Miss Laney Hunt or something.
the loud music played in Miss Torso's apartment annoys the downstairs lady, who then thumps it up, and it annoys
She
the
turns
composer.
her hearing aid
Yeah,
off too.
and the composer's getting annoyed because he's trying to write a sonata or whatever he's trying to write, and he even turns towards the sound saying, "Just shut up," almost. So
The neighbour.
I don't know, it's like, but Jeff just sits inside, like, especially that drill country style of movie. He just sits inside his mom and just like watches everyone judging them instead of like, I know you can't move, but instead of like
Engaging with them.
engaging.
So you could argue that observation and observing detachedly
Yeah,
versus with empathy.
yeah.
And so it's almost like Hitchcock criticises that through Stella and the helicopter
He
and stuff.
laughs at Miss Loney for blowing
Yeah,
up.
he does when he mocks her at the dinner and stuff. Yeah. All right. Does that work here?
I don't know how to explain it. It's like,
Condemns. I suppose it condemns in terms of when you're watching them detachedly, it's bad. And yeah,
well, you're not self-reflecting.
Sophie.
yeah.
Could you talk about in the scene where the old married couple, the dog dies, and she's like screaming, and everyone comes out looking at her, and it's the first time all like sound.
But do they interact? Can I ask? Do they interact?
She's like, yeah, so do you not like know what you're
Maybe
making?
slowly up lifts the dog into the bathroom.
Are they interacting? So
Do they communicate?
They communicate
Sorry,
with each
Soph.
other.
Not with sound.
No, they don't communicate.
You reckon? Are you saying that they interact? What are you saying? No, I get what you're saying. In that's the one scene when they're all out
They
together.
look, but they don't interact. They say, "Oh, sorry about that, mate." They're like, "Ooh, aha, dead dog. That's not cool. Ooh, crazy lady. Ooh, not cool."
No, but yeah.
And they go.
So emotionally connected, but not.
Ooh, emotionally connected from brief moment.
Yeah.
Everybody in who hears that is connected by the emotional distress by the old married couple. I would pay that. I'd put that in here. The emotional connection.
You can take it.
Yeah, you can take it out. Emotional
I like
connection.
that point too.
The dead dog.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
It's
Yeah.
just something that like,
It's an idea.
Write it down so you don't forget it because it's good.
What about thematic? Hang on, with cinematic, the disconnectedness, the fact that
Much better.
Jeff,
It's not
that
good.
Jeff
That's a good
is
text box.
stuck in a wheelchair and he physically cannot get out to do anything.
Why don't you lock this up here?
I just do it.
Insert.
Insert.
No, it's fine. We've got a. It's good.
She's all good, doesn't it? It's all good.
His confinement is a
Maybe writing was better.
and he's only got so much to do. He's only got so much to do.
Lastly,
Oh,
Alright.
I would add if you wanted to add
Wait,
that
so we put
paragraph,
that
you probably put it at the end of cinematic techniques and add sound and however it. What about thematic? How does he thematically portray this disconnectedness? What
Ideas or values. Themes, ideas, values.
What about voyeurism? Voyeurism is a simple occupation.
What about McCarthyism, the dangers of disconnect?
The dangers? So we look at McCarthyism
People get
here.
killed right next door, you don't even know. People commit suicide right next door, you don't even know. Unless you're betting on them.
The whole idea of McCarthyism and voyeurism.
Dangers
They
to
are
society.
interconnected. These two are connected.
Yeah.
the neighbours didn't even know that Saul was missing.
No.
No.
That she was
I think that's wonderful. They don't even know that she's missing.
And that is that one of the underlying messages that the society's disconnect is a danger to us all?
And I really like this. That's a great point, Nikita. That what did you call it? That something are oblivious. I like don't notice. Don't even notice.
Sorry, just wait,
Anne's gone.
Then we lose it.
Wait.
That Anne Forward is missing. Has disappeared.
Thor was it. Did you Thor? Okay, Nikki's got something else she wants to add. She's pumped.
Okay, Nikita, that was good. I like that.
This won't be as good though.
That's okay. Have you shown?
We will be the judge.
You've shown. You've taken her last step. Now you just show for yourself.
Lisa and Jeff didn't know Mrs. Thorwell. Like, they didn't know their names. They only know that they were salesmen because they had to find out what their names
They
Oh,
pigeonholed them.
they make
Objectified
updates.
them.
Yeah, I don't think objectified. Jeff objectifies the neighbours.
Mm. By pigeonholing them according to his perception of them. Because Thorwald's the salesman up until, Lisa finds out his name. Remember? Now I'm blocking stuff.
Okay, so Miss Torso is obviously, she's in her underwear, you just see her top. Miss Lonely Hearts, because she's a creepy, really creepy, weird lady.
Oh,
that
poor
has
bird.
like, I don't feel sorry for her, just that's weird.
She's been through a lot.
Yeah, but that's kind of psycho. That's bordering on serial killer territory.
She's sad.
A bit harsh.
My main thing is she's dumb. She's going to have to clean 2 wine glasses, 2 plates.
If she's an actress, I get
You know what
it.
I'm
She's
saying?
inefficient.
If you're going to do the pretend dinner, just pretend the plate's on the other side. Am I right?
Musician. No, he writes music, that's all he does. He's a musician. So he labels it from his preconceived notions of what they are about. He's judging them and he's passing this judgment. Like I just did then, yeah.
That's not nice.
And he even does that to Lisa too. He judges her all the time. Who else did you judge? And you, oh. Yeah,
It's on, I don't know where she is. YouTube, better than your English teacher.
They do. They play
It's all this like this, but better.
Way better.
Hey, we're doing good.
Okay. The typing was a good
Go
move.
YouTube better than your English teacher. She's not up herself.
So I like those two. I like that one, the thematic ideas. The idea, and remember that McCarthyism and the voyeurism
This
are
is
linked.
good.
You can't speak about one with the other. Because voyeurism is an essential part of this initiative by Senator Joseph McCarthy to say you need to look. There are criminal elements in this society. Spy on your neighbour.
I think we could write this essay too. I reckon we're done. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's 2. We're fast. Why is Miss Richardson better?
Oh, what
She
about
doesn't
the
go into
other?
detail.
What is the third one? I've only got 2 paragraphs, Lance. Lance,
What?
I've got 2 paragraphs.
Oh, we tell
Whatever.
you everything.
No, and
She waits for you to think.
no, as in we brainstormed at the end of last week. It was like this idea.
Hey, third paragraph. I've got 2 paragraphs.
It's got a paragraph. We're up to, what did you say? Era.
No, I don't know if it's era.
How it's got
What would the third paragraph be, kids? Cinematic,
Go
thematic.
back and start putting together.
What about characterisation? Characterisation be the third?
Alright, we're losing it. So.
We haven't got the third paragraph. It'd be characterisation.
Oh, we haven't got the third paragraph.
We went to era.
Era, wasn't it era?
Era? But
Then
that
you already touched on it.
on thematic. What about characterisation, Mark?
But I already wrote era.
So we could use no. Here we go. We could do it through characterisation with Stella. You know, the world's peeping toms. We need to get out of ourselves and what is it? Get out of our
own house and
own households and have a really good look at what we are.
You've got,
We also have this.
you've got them up there.
Well, we had cinematic, thematic, and era.
Yeah, we didn't write era. We
haven't
put
done
era
era.
in 2. We put era in thematic. I don't know. I can't think. I'm brain dead. I need to go to the toilet. Sorry. That's
Oh, you go to the toilet. I reckon it's colour takes it.
Next time. Next week. Next week.
I've had enough.
You're done.
I'm just tired.
Just spent. I get it.
I've got so much correction to do.
Alright, so let's do. So, can we start again?
New slide.
Okay, so let's just recap. The topic is Hitchcock condemns society's disconnectedness to one another, right?
Oops.
Ooh, crumbs.
Wrong one.
Right, so now we've got to go back over. So can we just have a quick list of each of the ideas, just one more time, fresh page. So the first paragraph is what? Can somebody tell me what the first paragraph is? What's it? And in terms of cinematic techniques, we're looking at set, sound and set. Is that correct?
Sound, symbol, and choice.
All right, cool. And we know what we need to write for that ish. We'll go back over that again. And what was the second idea that we came up with?
Thematic.
Thematic. So, and the themes were the fact that it's set in the McCarthy era. Yes.
I had an idea. You could do a whole thing on one of them, how Jeff represents isolation. He's bound to his wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
He's alienated. He's the camera. He's the eye. So that's
The voyeur.
one single I am a
So
rock
Jeff
and
himself
I
is the embodiment of disconnect. All right. So let's do this. Welcome back, Richardson. It's a mess. Don't post it. Don't do it. It's real bad. I think it's
Social context.
Social context.
So social context goes in thematic.
Oh.
So that is McCarthy's and social context.
I think that's
But three. What is Jeff?
Jeff is the embodiment of social disconnectedness.
Yep. Embodies social disconnectedness. He's in a wheelchair throughout. By the end, he's got 2 broken legs, so he's
And you needed to wee.
I do. I've just got back my second week. He is confined to his apartment. He is, by the end, doubly confined by the double broken legs. He is single. He cannot move. We see through him. He is the voyeur.
Do you know what? I'm pretty pumped with your final paragraph there, Miss Smith.
Is that bad?
That's a killer. It's a good one. Keep going. He's a voyeur,
He's
both
the
in the
voyeur.
plot and in his life.
Plot and life, and his job is to observe. He is the observer, and to be the observer behind the camera, you cannot interact.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's why the lens is such a phallic symbol, because that when he only really starts revving up once he starts using the telephoto lens, because that's where his manhood comes from. Yeah.
See, that's why I don't want to be on camera.
Am I
we
on
talked
camera?
about phallic symbols. Yeah.
His job renders him unable to connect with others and form meaningful relationships because he is photographing the subject. So all of these people that he is seeing are subjects to him. He's at a distance. Yeah, I like this. Yeah,
No,
nice
I'm saying
one.
the position is crummy. Where this Can you now, Miss Smith?
Yeah.
Could you? Because I'm just going to get up and then you're going to get up. You know that, right? So, could you now tell us topic sentences, that sort of stuff? Is that what we're after? Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Then you go, what kind of topic sentence would you use?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because we're already on our second one.
Okay, I would make my first one thematic, and I would look at the social context of the time, right? So this is where you can bring the neighbours in. You can bring the neighbours into your thematic, because the social context, 1950s America,
No, let's start a fresh page.
Cold War.
Oh, God, I need to fix that. Oh, that's why they're getting angry, because you're changing stuff.
She changed it. I'm just describing.
What's the matter?
Oh, no. Oh.
All right, do you want me to do topic sentence or not? Okay, sit down. I need quiet.
Go. No, you're gold. You're gold,
This
Smith.
is
You're gold.
social context. So in social context, you can pull in the neighbours, you can pull in the era, the 1950s, the whole expectation of finding a neighbour through McCarthyism.
Theme /
You can look at the objectification,
Thems, yeah.
the voyeurism,
So McCarthyism,
yeah, and I would look at even the
total
neighbours,
voyeurism.
how they're all. The second one I would probably go into is cinematic techniques. You've got a lot to say in that. You've got your shots, your symbols, your sounds. Your third one, and then you can bring in the however, the diegetic sounds do link them all. And lastly, you can bring in Jeff. Jeff himself is the embodiment of isolation.
Topic sentences, how does the physicality of the film?
There you go.
You can hold it for 15 minutes, pretend you're teaching. How the physicality of the film represents disconnect, social society disconnect.
But he's not, you could also argue, you can argue that through Jeff, although he's saying through it's not cool, he's actually, you could argue
Jeff
that
embodies social
he's not necessarily condemning, because in the end, who catches the criminal and who gets the justice? So he's kind of almost
locked
saying
so alone and locked
he
in
can,
apartment
like he can, by being this
or isolated apartment.
voyeur,
Only
detached, it is necessary in some circumstances.
isolated. What else have you said? We said his voyeur, his job is
yeah.
always watching rather than, always looking rather than participating.
At first I was like, I'm just scared it's only been Lisa, but
Then it got double down.
Triple badge.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to type
we're
it.
holding this glue together.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you're the final cog in the machine that is the English teachers.
And even the disconnect of the jazz music. That's like really hard element.
Oh, the discordant music to the action of the play. Can you go back up?
To body paragraph 2.
Yeah, body paragraph 2, diegetic sound, discordant music, diegetic sound,
Isn't the jazz non-diegetic?
No, it's diegetic. It's not soundtrack.
Only at the start. Yeah, at the start.
There's no soundtrack except that opening jazz scene.
No, the opening jazz
That's
scene.
actually part of it too.
Yeah, even the
Where's that coming from?
so it's that
Soundtrack. It's all diegetic. It's from the
That's
composer.
all
Yeah.
So diegetic sound jazz during moments of high tension.
Does it put you on unease?
Yes, disconcert, create, connect, disconcert. And it reiterates the disconnect. Disconcert, reiterates social disconnect. Because they're having this cool jazz warm-up, meanwhile there's somebody being murdered next door, or somebody's about to be killed.
Yeah. And even like some of them are doing scales.
The
Some
singing
of them are
with the scales, yeah.
It's like it's all, it's a mush.
Yes, but he's basically, Hitchcock is so, the layering of this text is so dense, you could almost, it's like when we were talking about White Tiger, it's unending, which is good and bad. So what this means is in the end of your exam, if you always try and divvy up those paragraphs into those three ideas, so cinematic themes and ideas, and then come up with that little humdinger like Jeff and what we came up with last week and stuff like that. If you can have that little anomalous final paragraph, and these things,
that little interest paragraph where it's like, however,
and that is want to get you from a 7 into an 8. The 9s and 10s are vocab.
Yep.
You want to go from a 7 to an 8, you need that anomalous paragraph, which is what we've been doing. Yeah. And then the 9 and the 10 is vocab, and you're only going to get good at vocab by trying it with us and us saying, yes, that's good, no, that's not good.
vocab and depth.
And reading. Yeah. Okay? If your language is clean and clear and your ideas are deep, you could get a 9 or a 10. Okay? But you need to control your language. It's full stops, capital letters, sentences that make sense, precise language. Yeah. So being able to describe those scenes, and we can only give you so much. As year 12s, it's incumbent on you to go and do reading. You know, get those the notes, the texts that have support materials for you. Read stuff online.
We've got them all. So
We've got
turn
them.
up at our offices and go, hey Miss, do you have any sort of study guides on Rubino?
We're gonna upload some of them. Yeah, we'll upload them. We've got a few that we'll upload, and that's it. And we just mentioned to them that the 20th is the penciled in date.